Here they are, DC fans, icons. So they've been out for about a month. I just began to slew them recently, and I know you guys all heard me talking about icons throughout all my videos every time I do a DC video and stuff like that. So I know you've been waiting for this. So I am going to be doing a lot of reviews of the icon figures throughout the next couple of, I guess, weeks, because now I think like wave 1 and wave 2 have arrived. So we're going to start with Batman. So what I'm basically going to do in my videos is going to be doing something a little different. We'll quickly go over the packaging, which is pretty much the same thing when the box packaging. You see what accessories you get and everything like that. First glance, these figures, yes, they do look tiny. They are kind of tiny, but hey, that's how it goes because these are really 6-inch figures. So on the side there, you see you have the Batman. On the side is figure number 1, and here you have all the silhouette of the other figures in wave 1. And so what I'm basically going to do is basically go quickly through the articulation Batman, show you what's it about, pros and cons, what I like, what I don't like about this line, if there's anything like that, and of course it's going to be a slew of what you really want to see, which is a lot of comparison shots with other figures and stuff, just to give you a grasp of how tall these figures really are and if they really are something you want to add to your collection. Right off the bat, I have managed to take a look at all 4 of these so far, and I have to say I like them. I like them a lot. I can see with DC their collectibles are going with this, and I like the direction they're going in. Recent interview at New York Comic Con said that he has the line planned out until 2017. Don't know if that means up until the beginning of 2017 of January, which is over a year from now, or the end of 2017. I kind of forgot the guy's name at the moment. But he's Kevin, that's it, his name's Kevin there. Kevin, I can't remember last name, but he's really cool. He's one of the directors and designers of this whole line. So anyways, without further ado, let's check out the figure. Enough of my babbling. So here we have Batman from Last Rites. So DC Icons Batman. He comes with pretty much 2 accessories. Comes with 2 lovely batarangs, which are very solid. Actually, they feel a lot more solid than the batarangs I've gotten with the 7-inch figures. So it's really different. Oops, one just flinged out here. See, it flies so fast. Next, he comes with 2 fist hands, and he has these 2 open hands. And on top of that, he has this lovely grappling hook hand with the string and grappling hook attached to it, which is really, really neat. And surprisingly, it's really, really long. Like, they gave a lot of string to this. The only problem here is, well, I wouldn't say a problem, but thing, if you want to modify it, you have to really know what you're doing, because once you take off or cut this ball here at the end of the string, it's going to be hard to really like place back on. And this is to prevent it from shooting out, but there's a way around that. So if you decide to do that, it's at your own discretion. Yeah, if you want to have them with a longer grappling hook. So the 2 opening hands here are great because you can basically fit both batarangs in here to make him like he's ready to fight or throw the batarang at his enemies. So it's really, really cool, which I really, really like that. Now, yes, he does appear a little small in the packaging. I know everybody's saying, oh, it's supposed to be 6-inch. There are actually 6-inch figures in size, as I'll show you with the comparison video around the end. And I know we're used to the DC collectibles 6.75 inch figures, which are bigger than these ones, or even Marvel Legends. A lot of us are Marvel Legends collectors, and we're used to the bigger figures there, so it's understandable to see these as small. But if you like Marvel Legends, if you like DC characters, you like Marvel Universe type of figures, their articulation, this is all pretty much all that rolled into one, and it's just like, it's pretty much a really, really great figure. So the articulation is basically as follows. Heads on the ball joint can look down. He can look kind of upwards. I did one time push his head a little far up and his head popped off. I thought I broke it, but I didn't. So it's possible these have poppable heads, which would be nice in the weapons pack if you decide to add like a Bruce Wayne head with a cowl on the side. That'd be really, really cool. Now the articulation here, his arms can go pretty much outwards like this, can go forward. He has double jointed elbows here, which is really, really good. Comes in handy. He has wrist swivel, as well as wrist articulation. Now what I noticed is different because what they show in the diagram stuff is that I believe his gauntlets were supposed to move, but for some reason they are glued on, which kind of would have been nice if they were movable, because positioning his arm is a little weird and the gauntlets are on the side and not directly on the forearm here, where they should be, like on the back of the arm where his gauntlets normally reside. Next we have here is his upper chest swivel, which is pretty neat. And then he has ab crunch, go this far back and he can go this far forward. So they basically seem to base it on the real human anatomy, which explains the next part, which I think they still should have, but they don't. And that is, there's no thigh swivel. So it's basically on a ball joint, his leg. It does have a range of motion about this far up. He can't really put his leg back, and you can kind of rotate it here, but it's basically, they basically really seem to, with the icons, to really work as how a real human would move, which I understand, but on the other hand, these are toys and we want to just move them all over the place. The other thing he has here, double jointed knees, which is really cool. Always recommended for a Batman figure or anybody who practices martial arts. He has a boot cut here, so his boot can stay side to side, but that kind of makes it awkward for when he has his ankle swivel here, ankle hinge here, and the swivel, because when you gotta position his foot, you have to position his boot, and it's weird that his boot twists along with his foot to get it like in a certain pose. So that's kind of the odd thing I find. Here in the back, you can see his belt, the detail, everything. I have no plate blemishes on mine. The cape's really pliable, which I really like. I always like it when it's cape pliable like that. I hope the female figures have a little bit pliable hair. The first one I think is coming out in early January is Atomica, along with Harley Quinn, but her hair is not exposed, but the Atomica's hair is exposed, so it would be cool and see how they handle that, because I always said capes and female hair should have really pliable plastic and not be rigid. The belt seems to be a separate piece, but it is glued on. It doesn't seem that it can come off from what I can see unless you really peel it off, but it's really glued on there, so I wouldn't recommend taking it off unless you have an extra Batman and you want to do some customization. So all in all, cool figure. The other ones have been coming out lately, and you're noticing a little change in that, which I'll get to once I get those figures in hand to really see if that's the case. And that is, some of them seem a little bit bigger than the first wave of figures, so that might have been a change during production where they realized maybe the icons were a tad too small and some of them need to be bulked up a bit. I'm not sure about that, don't quote me on that just yet. When I get through wave 2, I'll be able to tell, because that happens in factories all the time. All in all, and no company has obligation to match any other lines, period. NECA, Marvel, DC, Mattel, nobody is obligated to match any of your toy lines you collect. That being said, I don't understand people getting so upset that they can't match this with the Mattel DCU classics and stuff like that. I know you want to. I was thinking maybe I could too, but I do understand that company does not need to do that. So once you understand that, then it shouldn't be the main reason why you shouldn't get this figure. But all in all, this figure is really, really well done. I do like it, and they seem to be in it for the long haul. And with them having the vast library of all the figures, who knows what you're gonna get. I can't wait to see when they do the bigger figures and deluxe type figures and stuff that should be in the line. Another thing to note, that all these figures come with these little instruction sheets showing you how to change the hands, what some of their accessories and stuff do, how to put them on. So that's really cool. And it seems to be this sheet just corresponds for wave 1. So we'll see if wave 2 has a similar sheet with just their figures that are in that wave. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed my video and the comparison shots with all the other figures and stuff like that, showing you the different heights and everything. And if you're a fan of DC, I do recommend this line. And if you're not a fan of DC but you like the characters, I still do recommend this line because it's really cool. It's really articulated figures. And the library that this is gonna become, like, I understand like some may like it, may not, and may be upset about now, but we'll see how this looks, how this line looks at the end of the year. It's probably gonna be a lot showing at a toy fair in about a month, 2 months from now. And by the end of the year, we're really gonna have a solid batch of figures to really look at this line and say, is this really a good line to continue collecting or not? And by then we'll be able to judge, because hey, look at all the lines that you have in your collection now. Who knew they would get that far? Who knew they would be that good or not, that you still have in your collection now? It's hard to grasp, because even if you took like all of your Marvel Legends, all your Daredevils and Captain Americas and Spider-Mans and lined them up, they're all different heights, different size, different builds, and you gotta realize it's the same character they've been doing, and look at the different sizes of them and stuff like that compared to now and stuff. So you see, it's possible it can change. Hopefully DC Collectibles doesn't go into that route where they're changing their figures or changing their characters so drastically where it looks odd when they're fitting in with the other ones, like what's going on with the Marvel Legends. So hopefully they stick to the same kind of model tone like what they're doing right now, like how Hasbro's doing with Marvel Universe, where it's basically the same kind of height, build, and everything. I know I'm comparing another company to this one, but I'm just giving you an idea of how basically DC Collectibles should go about it and not go the other way and not make it too drastic in size and stuff, and it'll just end up all over the place. Kind of like what was going on with the DC Collectible, DC Direct line, where look at how many of those figures they did and the range of different sizes and stuff that they had with different size Supermans and builds and heights and stuff, even with Wonder Woman. It's all over the place sometimes the character specific, but you get what I'm saying. So the Scorpion 72 will review DC Comics icons, Batman from DC Collectibles. Should be available right now, online retailers, comic book shops, wherever you get your toys. So grab them up, enjoy your toys. Until next time, keep playing. Thanks for watching.